Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Yesterday, September 7th, 2016, this news headline emerged. Top Ferguson activist found shot in burning car, police say. Recall that Ferguson, Missouri is where Michael Brown was supposedly shot by the police officer on the date August 9th, 2014. His shooting led to small rioting, looting, burning some stores. National news story. His parents went to the United Nations. So, anyhow, they bring back this story with this headline. And just like the original story, this story is more propaganda by the numbers, and that's what we're going to talk about. No one has really died here. This is a false story, just meant to provoke, just meant to bring back the negative emotions from the original story, as well as all of the ongoing related shootings prior to and since. So check this out. They said that let's just get to the article first. Here's what they say. A 29-year-old activist who rose to prominence in the protests following the police killing of Michael Brown was found dead in a burning car in a St. Louis suburb. Ferguson's just right outside of St. Louis in Missouri, according to police. The victim was identified as Darren Seals, 29, formerly of St. Louis, said St. Louis County Police Department spokesman Sergeant Sean McGuire. So, if you recall, the officer who shot Michael Brown was named Darren as well. And before they even put out his name, one of my first videos is saying that, watch, when they put out the name of the officer who shot Michael Brown, his name will sum to 33. And sure enough, they put it out as Darren. Darren, a name with 33 gematria, just like the supposed activist killed on September 6th, a date which we'll get to because it connects to Ferguson as well. So Darren sums to 33. The name Wilson, which was the name of the police officer who shot Michael Brown, Wilson sums to 29. They're saying a 29-year-old named Darren found dead in a car, remembered for protesting about this shooting. Let me remind you about the significance of 33 in regards to police and false flag shootings. Michael equals 33. Black lives equals 33. Race war equals 33. Federal equals 33. Order equals 33. Masonry equals 33. Secrecy equals 33. The phrase false flag, which I should have put up there, which I just discussed in the video I put out moments ago about this morning's false flag shooting in West Texas, Alpine High School. That is bullshit, bogus news by the numbers. Alpine High School in gematria sums to the same thing as today's date. Anyhow, 33, the number of psychological propaganda, what a false flag is an event created by your media and your government to instill a mindset in you, to get an emotional response, to provoke you along the sake of an agenda. And since the Michael Brown shooting, we've seen the group Black Lives Matter emerge. And here we are in 2016 where our government is debating if Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization. We've seen the state of Louisiana sign a bill called Blue Lives Matter to protect police from Black Lives Matter. This is all part of an organized agenda to militarize police and to get more and more police out there. This is how they build the police state. They create propaganda, they seek a reaction from the public so that they can then blame that and then give us more agenda by the numbers. By the way, the word blame equals 33. So Michael shot by Darren in the false flag in Ferguson, Missouri. Your police departments are run by the Freemason network that runs this nation, that runs much of this world. The New World Order, the Illuminati, what that is Freemasonry in high places. It's not your uncle down at the local lodge, but it's the Freemasons in high places who also do control some of the Masons down at the local lodge, like the ones who are the police chiefs and the departments that their lodges are just across the street from. So many cities, the police department right across the street from the Masonic Lodge, that's not a coincidence. So let me remind you what's up with Ferguson in Missouri. Both of these words have gematria 42. This number stamped all over black people throughout history. There's a reason Jackie Robinson wore 42 as the first black player in white Major League Baseball. Black History Month is February, the only month that sums to 42. The most hateful word for black people is 42. Over in South Africa, that word is kafir, and kafir sums to both 33 and 42. 33, the number of race war. Brothers, 42. Think about the use of the word boy in a derogatory way to speak to a black man. When Michael Brown was shot, a lot of headlines said, police officers shoot teen boy. Teen boy. The word boy, gematria 42. The word gun also has gematria 42. Very special number to the Freemasons. The word war is 42. So is World War. So is New World. So is New Testament. We live in a world that the Freemasons have built around us. Language, calendar, culture, news, education. After the shooting of Michael Brown, the first image released of the police officer who shot him, Darren Wilson, look at what he's wearing here. A Blues t-shirt with the number 42 right on it. Not a coincidence. Racism coded within the words. On September 6th, the story came out that said, is math racist? The word math equals 42. Special number. The Freemasons believe in order out of chaos and divide and conquer. Think about how these divisive, hateful words have the Freemason stamp in them. So, with regards to blues on this shirt, you know, the St. Louis Blues, the hockey team there, blues has gematria 59, just like Rasta, just like slave, just like Negro. Motown Records came out in 59. If you write out the word 5, if you write out the word 9, as you see on the screen, they're the only two that sum to 42. I said a moment ago, February is the only month with 42 gematria. That month ends February 28th, the 59th day of the year. 59th day of the year, 42 and 59, the number stamped on black people. The name Martin Luther King Jr. sums to 228. Think about the date 2/28, February 28th, to close out Black History Month. The word death also sums to 228. Martin Luther King Jr., the only American with a holiday named after him because of his death. Think about it. Tell you more about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X in just a moment. Here's the gematria of Freemasons, Zionism, math. If you read the Protocols of Zion written in the late 1800s, that is the sect of Judaism that has created the Zionist state of Israel, that runs government, that runs banking, that runs media, that runs police. If you read the Protocols of Zion, they talk about how they're going to dominate the world, written in the late 1800s, and one of the first things they're going to do is divide the people among race, religion, and everything else they can be divided by. This is why they do this in the media again and again. Let's continue reading. We talked about how the information came from Sean McGuire. We'll talk about his name. Just before 2 a.m. Tuesday, county police received a call from Riverview, a northern suburb, to assist local authorities with a vehicle fire. Upon putting out the fire, police found Seals inside the vehicle. He had suffered a gunshot wound, police said. McGuire declined to release further details pending an ongoing investigation. The area where the vehicle was found is a largely residential street hosting apartment complexes and single-family homes. It sits a short walk from Riverview's North Riverfront Park and the Mississippi River. I should have mentioned that the name Seals also sums to 29, like his age. But check this out. The word kill equals 44, shooting 44, Darren Seals 44. This is a number connected to death all throughout history. Malcolm X died on a date with a life lesson number of 44. His assassin Thomas Hagen equals 44, got a 44-year prison sentence. Martin Luther King Jr. shot on April 4th, 4-4. 4-4, a lot like 44. His assassin would die 30 years later on a date with 144 numerology. Now check this out. If you write out 44 as a word, it sums to 144. If you write out April 4th as words, it sums to 144. The date Michael Brown was killed, August 9th, that's the day that leaves 144 days left in the calendar year. 44 and 144, the numbers of killing, especially in these false flag shootings, again and again. Numbers coded on this story that are meant to remind us of the Michael Brown shooting. As for the name of that officer, Sean McGuire, his name in gematria sums to the same thing as police. Very typical. I say this again and again so often in the reporting. The officer's name has the same gematria as police. This happened Tuesday, September 6th. In the US, we write that date 9/6. It looks a lot like 96. If you add up all the divisors of 42, which we talked about, they sum to 96. Divisors are the numbers that divide into 42. This set of numbers right here. Add them together, 96. The word Freemason, the small way, 42. The big way, 96. Scottish Rite Freemasonry, the ranging degrees, 31, 32, 33. Add them together, 96, just like Freemason. Freemasons pride themselves on being the keepers of knowledge. Knowledge, 42 the small way, 96 the big way. Those seals, manner of death, will conjure recollections of the November 2014 slaying of DeAndre Joshua near the location where Michael Brown was killed. Please say the two crimes appear unrelated at this point. The name DeAndre equals 33. Joshua sums to 74, like Masonic, 33 and 74, this Masonic pairing throughout history. I have an older video on DeAndre Joshua. No coincidence that they use another 33 name there, just like Darren. So I'll link this post. You can read the rest of the article. They have this image of him here. This is supposed to be the man who was found dead in the car. Notice he has a Raiders hat on and Straight Outta Ferguson. I just did a video on the movie Straight Outta Compton and the reason Ice Cube's character is wearing the Raiders hat. Raiders equals 74. Straight Outta Compton. Compton's on the 33rd parallel north. Compton equals 33 the small way, 96 the big way. In the 33rd minute of the film Straight Outta Compton, they have a guy wearing a Tony Dorsett jersey, number 33. Black Lives equals 33. They talk about in this article how he's associated with Black Lives Matter. Makes me sad to see him up here with Cornel West. This used to be one of my heroes. But now I realize these days, Cornel West, you know, if you're on the TV, you're in the network. Cornel West, he might say a lot of truth, but I recognize at the end of the day, he's part of this. If he was a real truth speaker, he'd be like me, calling out this false flag bullshit, which is what needs to be done. And, you know, just in case you're new here, I recognize that police are racist. I cannot stand police at all. We'd be in a better world if we didn't have police. But just realize, these stories in the media, they are truly bullshit. They are meant to provoke. They are meant to stir up this agenda. We saw this year, July 7th in Dallas, and another false flag shooting by the numbers that furthered this Blue Lives Matter agenda. If you didn't see my work on Alton Sterling, Philando Castile, the retaliatory shooting the next day, July 7th in Dallas, all of this is propaganda. All of this is how the agenda is playing out. People believe the narrative because it's been sold to them. Again, believe, a 33 word. So I will link this post. You can read all this. We got to make it stop, Truth Seeker. We can make it stop if we spread the knowledge. Every Black Lives Matter protester needs to know what they're participating in. There's a region George Soros gave $33 million to Black Lives last year. Also, if you have the time, in the description, I will link this. This is the radio show I did last night. I started a new radio show. It's weekly, 7 to 9 p.m. Truth Frequency Radio, every week. I talked about this story last night and more. If you want to learn more about this gematria, great introductory program I put together last night. I will link that in the description. Truth Frequency Radio, the way it works is it's free to listen to live, and it's free to listen to an archived episode for up to 10 days after. If not, if you don't listen in that time frame, you have to be a paid subscriber to listen past that point. If you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. It's not that expensive. But if you want to listen for free, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to link it in the description. You got 9 more days from today to check it out. All right, Truth Seeker, until next time.